I'm here with Coach Zoulek. Tough loss tonight. Just talk a little bit about that second half. You guys seemed to come out with a ton of energy. You out-rebounded Montague. You guys were way undersized, and you were able to out-rebound, force a bunch of turnovers. Just talk a little bit about that.
Well, I think we saved up all our energy from the first half because we looked pretty flat, I felt, the first half. And a little bit slow, and Montague just took it right at us and, built a 19-point lead at halftime. And, I said, fellas, this is going to be a long week. We've got 3 games this week. I said, but don't save your energy. I said, you can't save it. We've got guys on the bench that are ready to play. And if you don't want to finish this game, I'll go out and tell them you don't need to finish. You've turned it in. But they came out and played hard like we have been, and that was a disappointing thing. We've been playing really hard, aggressive basketball these last few weeks, and it was kind of a letdown to see that first half.
With a half that was such a letdown, like you're saying, how were you able to get the guys to come back in the second half and just play way better?
Well, I just appealed to their sense of pride a little bit. I said, we don't care what the score is. The matter of the fact, Montague just flat out played you in every area of the game that first half. And, they don't like to hear that. These guys may not be the best basketball players, but they worked hard, and they have worked hard for us all year. And they knew that they let each other down more than anything in that first half by not going as hard as they can. And you could see the difference. It wasn't like I gave them a special pill or anything.
Right.
They just came out with more desire, and that's the only word I wrote on the board at halftime. I just wrote desire. And that's all they wanted, all they needed to hear.
And then just talk a little bit, like you said, you guys have a busy week this week, and then obviously we have districts coming up next week. How can you guys just stay energized like you played in the second half just all the time?
Well, you can't. You've got to depend on your bench. But you've got to go hard when you're in there. You've got to, and it might only be 3 or 4 minutes at a time instead of the normal 6-7 minutes at a time. But you've got to depend on your bench, and you've still got to play hard. I mean, you're a high school kid.
Right.
You got 1 week of basketball season left, and then tournaments start. We haven't had a ton of practices, so I'm not wearing them out of practice.
Right.
And they just got to make sure they take care of themselves. They've got to sleep right. They've got to drink plenty of fluids. They've got to take care of their bodies. And the teams that do that can come out with more energy, and they're going to prevail. And we've got 2 tough ones left with North Muskegon tomorrow night, and then Ravenna on Thursday.
All right, thank you.
Yep.